still there that are based, but that place is long gone, bruh, without hope. Not had a single competitive combat sports person since GSP. What a fucking fall off. How do you have GSP and then years later, a decade later, you don't have guys in every division? What a bitch ass fucking place that is. Straight up. The UK had Bisping, for fuck's sake. Bisping, and now we've got Pimlet, Arnold Allen, Tom Aspinall. You know what I mean? Edwards even. Like, Canada has GSP, and a decade later, they got fuck all in combat sports. Like, how? How is that? Rory McDonald, he was of the right after the era. He literally trained with GSP. I'm talking about the next wave. Sing the Spanish song. Mike Mallet literally got fraud checked by Neil Magny. Don't want to hear it. Wait, I've missed a few. Do you think that the UFC is trying to make their next Brazilian star with Prates? Think about it. If he sleeps Gary, then sleeps Bilal, he'll be a hero. Very true. Yeah, they are trying to make a star out of anyone who achieves some level of popularity. You're acting like you're onto a conspiracy theory that they might try and make a star if he sleeps Ian Garry and then sleeps Bilal Muhammad for a championship. They're not trying to make him a star. That's just how it works. You know what I mean? You're not onto something there, brother. You're not rumbling the secret societies of the UFC. They want to make stars, yes. And if he does sleep a bunch of people on his way to the top, it's not them secretly making him a star. I know what you mean, though. They're definitely going to rally behind him, but this whole fighting nerds movement is definitely going to get a push. But not think about it. You know? Like, obviously, yeah, he would be a huge name for sure, Derek. Imagine being a cuck and trying to justify it, yeah? Thank you for the £2, Miguel's son. Who? The Canadian guy? Sing the Spanish song. Compa, ¿qué le parece esa morra? La cuenta pelando sola, amigos da pa' mí. Bella, y le sabe questa buena. I know it's unlikely, but I feel like Sean is going to KO Merab. I could see it. For a sniper like him to be given another 25 minutes to KO Merab means something. It does, man. I might go for that. Let's go for that. I appreciate the $5, brother. Oh, someone told me to check Orban Elliott's Twitter or some shit. Okay, so we announced some cool shit. All right. I don't know what you wanted me to check. Is the Hill fight a co-main event or injured? Big up, Guru. I think it's injured. I think he's injured and out of the fight, good sir. God, my fucking tash. An itchy tash. Whoa, I've missed a bunch of donos. Hold on. What do men need to start doing, lad? They need to start talking, lad. Thank you for the $5 Have you seen the video of Chatri Sichadong tweaking at the sphere? Bro was having a psychosis. Jesus, I didn't see that of him. Was he like Big H? I love how dogmatic the pro-vaxxers are, trying to give my daughter a Hep B vaccine a few hours out the womb. Fuck out of here. I'm not anti-vax. I just think it needs to be moderated and be a lot more controlled in the way that they dose the children, because it does cause autism. Thank you for the 5. I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed a massive spike in autistic children or autistic children. Thank you for the $5 Who do you want to see Arnold Allen fight on his return? I think he beats Lopez, Volk, and Movzar in a rematch. Okay. Thank you for the $5 Who do I want to see Arnold Allen fight on his return? I think he's gonna fight Aljamain Sterling. I have rumor of this. Thank you for the $5 So it's not really about what I want. I think he's fighting Aljo. Everyone wanted Merab versus Pantoja, but Dana insisted on the rematch. I know. Get him out of the war room. No! I agree with you. I really agree with you. We should have had Merab Pantoja, man. Oh, no, 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 no. The amount of people I've seen online picking Chandler to win is insane. Are we watching the same fighter? Paddy by second round sub. I've got Paddy by second round finish as well. Or for 5-rounder though, which is interesting for Paddy. Because he does gas in fights. But I will say, I was talking on Tim Welch's show today with Joe Riggs. And Joe Riggs was saying, I can't see Chandler losing. I told him, like, what? You can't see Chandler losing? And he just said, I just can never see Chandler losing. I was like, dude, I've seen him lose fucking more than he's won in the UFC so far. He loses all the time. I was going to say you should go check on Fight Pass. It's right there. It's right there, man. He loses all the time. I know what people mean. It does seem like Chandler would chin Pimlet, but how many times have I got to say, it just feels like Chandler's going to chin him for it to only happen once in his debut other than front kicking Ferguson, in which he got put in really bad situations early. Do you think 2025 Bryce content is greater than 2024 John Jones's gay saga? It's not quite there, no. It's just not. That was a 3-part series. We'll see how fishing him with Bryce goes in person. Watch you around my missus, and now she's doing Jake Cab. I just want to be a UFC fighter. You know, Makoyev is from Wigan. He's a fighter. Just want to be a UFC fighter. And do me fighting in the cage. And give it a £5. Good old Jake Hadley. Impression of Conor doing a line of Raul's chin. Move your crescent moon of a chin to the side. Look at the moon. It's a crescent. Sniff a line off that. Ripped my M-word hill. Alright, chill out. How did Dana not drop any lightweight news? I don't know. I thought we'd get something with Ilya, right? What's going on in the UK? 25% is disabled now. Yeah, everyone's disabled because women are raising children and they want them to be disabled so they can act like they're having a... So they can get more credit for parenting them at a very borderline non-parental level. That's all women want. They want more things to be wrong with their children to justify bad parenting than to give them credit for being a parent in the first place to single mothers. Thank you for the $2 Canadian. We have Amy and Zahabi, Piggy. Thank you for the 2. Canada channeled all their energy into GSP draining their population of testosterone. That's why they're so soy. True. Thank you for the $5, dude. Appreciate that. What time is this Dana announcement? Also do Connor. I appreciate you for the $2. What time is the Dana announcement? It's already been announced. Mate, it's been announced, mate, at the end of the day, Louis. But it's been announced. Generalizing, bro. Alright, sorry. Yeah, everyone's just autistic randomly out of nowhere. My bad. Thank you for the £2. Who should Bryce fight after he Boston crabs Gene? I don't know. Thank you for the £2. Who should Bryce fight after he Boston crabs Gene Silver? I don't know, really. I really don't know. I mean, who would be a good opponent for him? If he beats Gene Silver, do Bryce Mitchell versus... Movzar Evloev. Yeah. If Evloev's coming off a loss or some shit like that, do him versus Evloev. How much of the bad matchups do you think is because of UFC's bad matchmaking compared to things not aligning with fighters and etc.? I mean, a lot of it is just fighters not aligning and fighters not wanting to fight certain opponents. Because they get offered 2 opponents, don't they? And they make a choice. So, yeah. What did Sean do for a title shot? Nothing. Thank you for the $2. Yeah, F single mothers. No, I'm not saying that. I just think that they're really, really detrimental to the... I'm not saying fuck them. I'm just saying they're very, very terrible. Awful. Having a single mother is absolutely detrimental to a son and a daughter. Completely. They raise daughters to live vicariously through them as whores. Thank you for the $5. And they raise sons out of spite of the man that left them. Or the man that they divorced from because they just weren't on the government. So they raise absolutely soy feminine boys that are fucking retarded, or they raise women who are whores because they want to live vicariously through them and just sort of feed off of that hoary energy. So that's just how it works a lot of the time. You say generalization, but if generalization is over 70% accurate, then it should be done. Otherwise, we get fucking nowhere. I'm walking in the dark alone and listening to the Bryce interview. That story about his ex, especially the end, genuinely creeped me out. Imagine that. I know. I had my hair standing up on the end during that when he's telling us about that shit. Pattern recognition. Oh yeah, that shit's not allowed. My bad. You seem to really support what he believed in, yet I've seen you get at him for being stupid, etc. Have you had a change of heart or new info? Dude, I don't need to condemn Bryce Mitchell for... There are things to condemn people for. If Bryce Mitchell wants to believe that the world is flat because in the Bible it says so, I'm not going to fucking condemn him for that. You know what I mean? I can disagree with Bryce. I can find things that he says dumb. But if he's on my show, I'm not bringing Bryce on a show to trash him and expose him and play moral high ground over him because I think something different to him. And I think that one of his points is dumb. That's why I brought Bryce Mitchell on my fucking interview. So I'm going to let Bryce Mitchell be Bryce Mitchell on my interview. That's how it works. You know what I mean? I didn't bring Bryce Mitchell on an interview to prove how smart I am by disproving things that he said. Who's watching Merab's cat on the 7th? I heard the stripper has to dance that night. Split custody of a cat is terrible. And new! Aljo's still crying too. Merab's cat on the 7th. I heard stripper has to dance that night. Split custody of a cat is terrible. What the fuck kind of coded language is that? Chat retarded. Yeah, chat cried. Chat just doesn't like any sort of relationship between me and a fighter because they want the content to be worst. That's all they do. Whenever I get too close to a fighter, they do their best to donate and create a rift. Let me go down the Bryce storyline. This is great stuff. I'm going to enjoy this. You will enjoy this. This is great. Fishing with Bryce in America? No, you just turn into a yes man. Oh, yes man, yes man. No. I'm not bringing Bryce Mitchell on my pod to refute him because the Bible says that, but that's actually not right, Bryce. That just make me some fucking Karen on a fucking podcast. Jesus Christ. Chat is the gayest bunch a lot of the time. Fucking hell. Canadians. People forget, man. Oh, thank you very much for the 5. It's not just single mums, it's just black culture. Okay, it does influence it a bit for sure. People forget, man. Lazy Boy has an allegation of beating his girlfriend and an alimony. He's a true Mexican. Okay, thank you for the 50 Mexican dollars. Allegation of beating his girlfriend and an alimony. God. Well, there you go. Thank you for the 50. He's going to have to be a bit more active to keep up the pay. Guru keeps it real. Damn good interview, yeah. If you brought Bryce on to trash him, you'll just be Ariel. I'd be the Jackson podcast. Thank you for the $5. Exactly, Jacob Orr. Exactly. Or Bear from Jackson. Who, chat is absolutely fine when we trashing. So chat doesn't care. They don't have some point on it. Well, not all of chat. Some of chat that are arguing about this. They don't care. They don't have any moral thing. They just want friction. Anytime something could be fun or could be a good storyline to pursue or some kind of good moment. Just have to get in the way with it with their little fucking crabs in a bucket mentality. Guru, I saw some old clips of you watching Chimaev and supporting him. What's caused you to change your support? Only time you've ever rooted for Usman. I like Chimaev, but I did root for Usman because he took the fight on a week's notice and he was actually... Dude, when someone's expected to get steamrolled and they all of a sudden aren't getting steamrolled and they're actually fucking putting up a great fight, I can't fucking help but root for him. And I didn't root for him. Usman won the last 2 rounds of that fight, and the round 10-8 in the first round is one of the weakest 10-8 rounds in UFC history. That's a fact. Thank you for the 5. PLM. Early Prates versus Garry prediction. Usman got destroyed. No. It was a draw at best for Chimaev, and he was handed a win. That's a fact. Usman won the last 2 rounds of that fight. F.U. Guru, thank you for the $2. Prates Garry, I'm going to go with Prates. I'm going to go with Prates. F.U. Guru, thank you for the 2. Jan versus Ilya, skill for skill. Who wins? Same weight. Ilya. No, Jan, skill for skill. But it's not skill for skill because Ilya's got nukes in his hands. How does JDM beat Bilal? Dropping bombs. Yes. He says it's going to be done in 1, so we'll see how it goes. While I 100% believe in the Earth not being flat, the moon landing 100% didn't happen. I don't think the moon landing happened either. Thank you for the $5 Australian dollars. That's a whole other story. Thank you for the 28 Canadian, the last hope of Canada. You're always here donating, brother. I appreciate you. For the 28 Canadian dollars, shotgun savior, the last stand of the Canadian man. Appreciate you, man. Long-time supporter of the channel. I just got done trashing your populace for being majority soy, but I'm sure you agree with me. Is there a world where we see McGregor Habib too? No. No, there isn't. Let's go Guru on side quests with Bryce, Utah. I know. Let's Guru go on side quests with Bryce. I know, but they just want to fucking... didn't you say this? And didn't you say that? And don't you actually disagree with this? All right. Yeah, just be a fucking nerd. Jesus. Let me go on this story arc. The Bryce Mitchell story arc, dude. There's no harm that can come from it. It's going to be great fun and great stuff. I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm sure Bryce is going to enjoy it. Love the Bryce episode. In other news, your take on picking a job for whatever sounds good to others and for women's validation was terrible. Have some pity money. No, I didn't say that entirely. But thank you very much for the $5 Australian dollars. I said pick a job that sounds cool to say that you do. That you would be proud of saying that you do. If you're going to work any job and it's all the same pay and all the same hours, try to find a job that you are proud to say that you do to someone else. That sounds interesting to say that you do. That might provoke some conversation on saying that you do. You took that as women validation and fucking sounds good to tell others. What I'm actually saying is true. It really is. Don't be a fucking dishwasher in the back of a fucking thing when you could be something far more interesting for the same pay. It's a great take. Makes you way more fulfilled in life if you're going to be living that wage for a long period of time. Thank you for the $5 Australian dollars. May fuck O'Malley, yeah? If he wins, I'll be rather cross. Indeed. Thank you for the $8 Australian dollars. No, I won't be. I like him. I want O'Malley to win this one. I'd much rather have O'Malley fucking striking in championship fights looking for KOs than Merab's grappling style. I don't mind Merab now. I think Merab's a cool dude. I just didn't like that he was beating all of my favorite fighters. Thoughts on JDM crowdfunding 315 flights for team? JDM, he's crowdfunding it. I don't think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think they can't afford it. I think he's just finding a way to cover it. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the $2, Jack Bell. Everything pays more than a dishwasher. It was an extreme example, but you know exactly what I fucking meant. How does that line up with being fat and streaming? I'm yoked! I'm pretty yoked. Thank you for the $2. Obviously, I'm a 1 in a million luck of the draw type of person. I'm talking about on the average thing. Thanks for the content, Guru. Lives are always good. Thank you for the $2, JV165. Long-time supporter of the channel. Too much whinging, not enough jokes. I'm out. See ya. See you later. I'm going to go soon anyway. I've got to cover the fight announcements. Bro, what's next for Norma Dumont? My lap. I'm joking now. I don't know what's next for Norma Dumont. Raquel Pennington, weirdly enough, probably. Like, there would be zero chemistry between you and DJ if you let it be known every time you disagree with his takes on Izzy. I know not all video content needs conflict, but that's how chat works. They don't understand having fun in an exchange with a human being. They probably get into a social exchange and immediately drop how based they are immediately, and then complain that no one likes them. You know what I mean? You got to just be based and live your life according, but don't just drop all your fucking shit straight away. You know what I mean? Thank you for the £2. Hello, Guru. Thank you for the 2. Appreciate that. They watch you. What do you expect? That's why you pander to Nazi incels. I don't pander to anyone. I just live my life and have my opinions, and whoever I attract, I attract. The Bryce interview was very funny. This should have been a meme stream. I know. It was at the start, though. We were getting very memey about it at the start. It was good. We were all quoting the Bryce stuff. She destroyed my tomato plants. And that's when I knew. I casted her out in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And she immediately stopped, looked at me, held a cross upside down and pressed it against my chest and told me, you'll never win a fight again and all your kids are going to die. And then she left. And I tell you, I failed, man. This is real from the interview. I love Bryce Mitchell, man. That is storyline. That is a real person. You know what I mean? With a real story. That is good stuff right there. That's the type of person you got to interview. That's weird as fuck. It's not funny. That's a fucking that's a tense story. You know? When I was hearing him tell me that, I was like, Jesus, dude, this guy is on it. You know what I mean? That's a fucking storyline and a half. I asked him what got you into, religion, and that's his answer. Come on. What a fucking story. What an origin story on how to get into religion. He casted out a witch in his house. Come on. And you know what? I actually believe that as well. In Arkansas, a woman into witchcraft, I could so see that, dude. Knowing how women are, especially in niche areas outside of major big cities, I could so see a woman getting into all that type of like dark arts type of shit with the crystals and the witchery and stuff. And then she like lashed out at him on something and decided to proper like put the fear of God into him. You know? Well, not fear of God, but the fear of the devil into him before she left. I could so see that. The pussy was probably fire though. Alright, thank you for the $2. It's insanely common, it is. That's actually a more believable part of what Bryce was saying in that pod. I definitely believe that. Oh, who's that bearded one? Outside, dressed like a bum. I'm all alone here, just like every year. He's got a plan, I see, to build a factory. Check out Full Violence's newest post. What's the newest post on it? Volkov versus Almeida as well got announced. In the works. You know what? I actually might go Volkov there. Main event. Is it a main event? If it is, then I might actually go Volkov in this one. This is a sick fight. That's a big fight. I'll reference that in my video. Glad I waited. JDM ain't struggling with his contract, surely? No, he ain't struggling for money. He just wants his teammates. He doesn't want to... He can make money, and he wants to use that money to cover his teammates. To fly out with him and spend a week there. You know? Do you think that if John gets the single leg, he ground and pounds Tom and wins? No, I think a single leg, he'll probably get it broken off. Thank you for the £5. He has to get way in onto the hips of Tom and get to the back with a body lock. I don't think he takes down Tom with a single leg. Tom's sprawl is going to be too powerful. His legs are too short and stocky. His hips are too strong. If he goes for a single leg, he'll get it stuffed. If he goes in for a shot on the hips and then uses it to get round to the back body lock and tries to drag Tom down, that's where he's going to get the takedown from. I knew the JDM thing was miscommunication. He wasn't desperate for people to pay for his fucking thing. Reach out to JDM for an interview. I will closer to fight week, yeah. That's probably going to be my interview for 315. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Not much else on the card. Well, there is, but not much I can get an interview from. So definitely JDM. Where you talk about Aspinall so fucking gay. That's a logical reaction to the argument that it'll get taken down off a single leg. Very, very logical. Very, very logical, bro. Very, very logical. See this thing here, bro? Very logical. I love that you're enjoying interviews more. I'm trying. Chat won't let me. Some of chat won't let me, at least. Moicano for champ by the end of 2025. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Reyes interview is Jones' take would be good. I could try get Reyes. I'm going to try and get Pimlet. But if not, I'll get Reyes. Pimlet's my ultimate choice, I think. But I don't know if he'll let me. He might not like me. JDM interview or I kill my 7 frogs. All right. I'll interview JDM for 315. Of course I will. Paddy the fucking saddy lad. Will you ever come to Poland? We love you, Guru. I know. I get a lot of Polish support on IG. I get a lot of messages from people from Poland. Yeah, I'll go to Poland someday for sure. Go on, Matan. I'll see you. I like Matan. He's funny. I forgot to buy links. I knew I should have got it. I went on a date about a year ago and we really hit it off and she told me she's a witch and I only do good magic. Crazy, same thing happened to me. That's how they get you. That's how they get you, brother. Bryce lit up when you mentioned Poland. I knew he would, dude. If you're paying attention to the world politics, you'd know Bryce is a big fan of Poland. But so was Big H in his own way. He wanted it for his own. Does Paulo get cut if he loses to Kopylov? He probably does get cut from the UFC, yeah. Thank you for the 2. Because he's getting paid a lot of money and I don't think they'd want to continue paying him that to fight like Chris Curtis or some shit. Could you get Volk? No, Volk is never a... He's CKB. He doesn't mog me. Volk's CKB, Adesanya affiliated. There's no chance I'm getting a Volkanovski interview. Thank you for the $2. I know where I'm not wanted. You know? Morged, yeah, sure. But that's big. Lucas Tracy is the Volkanovski guy, so I don't want to trample that. And I actually think Lucas Tracy's Volk interview would just get more views than mine, straight up. So he wins on the Volk stuff, of course. He's been championing Volk. That's his whole meme of the channel is the Volkanovski glaze, is it not?